Hello and welcome along to the final episode of an incredible debut season from this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's our first year at a European super club in Chelsea, and today we come up against Mauricio Pochettino's Atalanta side in the Europa League final. We've got home advantage technically as we're playing in Manchester, England, and it's a chance to wrap up a historic double. The Premier League already wrapped up, remarkable success due to other teams faltering. 84 points would have been enough, but we got 87, and now we've got the Italians in the cup final. A European and domestic double, of course it's not the Champions League, but it would be an incredible end to our first season at the club. Ahead of a transfer special that could be difficult. We've got an ageing squad, we've got a poor bank balance, and I don't quite know how we come back from that. So Europa League final success could enable us a big move this summer. We love the Chelsea squad, but we might still be moving on. If not, we'll be here focusing on the Champions League. So if you're looking forward to this one, a big European tie to end the season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Thank you as always for your incredible support in this first year at a European super club. You can subscribe down below to stay up to date with the series. Will we still be at Chelsea next season? What sort of transfer special are we going to have? And are we going to be able to count in the Champions League? We've got our big star striker S13 missing today. There are a few concerns, of course. But we've got a very good squad. We've got our top scorer and our highest average rated player and our top assist maker free. So let's see how they get on. So of course, before we go into the final, the things we want to check, are the dynamics good? Yes, they're almost perfect. Is the club looking good off the pitch? Yes, our club vision is perfect. We're doing just about everything right. We've won a major trophy and we now go into the Europa League final, and this is the one I want. I want European success because this is what opens up the continent to us. So let's get into the game against an Atalanta side that finished 4th in Serie A. They just about got into that top 4 at the end. A really good season for them. They've been sort of up and around there most of the season and for a few years, and they've had a little bit of a resurgence after a tough spell. So they're into the Champions League. They've just pipped into by a point, Sampdoria by 2, Napoli by 6. And after last season when they dropped down to 5th, they'll be delighted with that return. They've got Alphonso Davies at the club, vice skipper, an experienced player. But that doesn't matter. We're focused on Chelsea. So let's go and see the lineup we've gone for today. It probably will be a shorter episode, but hopefully it will be a successful one. A 55,000 sellout at the City of Manchester Stadium. S13 unavailable, and actually Alphonso Davies unavailable. Veronese unavailable, and one player unregistered too. You can only assume he's not a first teamer. But let's go and look at the squad that we've gone for today. It is certainly the tried and trusted approach we're going for. There's 12 substitutes in the Europa League final, so everyone in the squad gets on. And this is the 11 we've gone for. A lot of them possibly playing their final game for the club. So we've got DJ Kobe in goal, a man who's improved immeasurably this season. Mazzino and Ortega the fullbacks. Ortega ahead of Vinagre for the last game of the season. Both of them, of course, already pre-agreed to leave. Abdullah alongside Al Jahani at centre-half. Yepes in central midfield with Harper. We've dropped Antonio for the final. We've gone for our tried and trusted all season. Yepes in central midfield, and that means Angerin in the number 10 role. Mendes and Ansu Fati on the wings. Fati just back from injury. And Will Mila up front due to S13's absence. But Mila has been scoring goals galore. 15 in the league, 6 in the Europa League, 2 in the FA Cup, and 3 in the Carabao Cup. He's certainly done it across the board, and he needs to do it tonight. S13 on the bench, but nowhere near fit, so I doubt he'll get any game time. But that is our 11 for the Europa League final. We've got other ones on the bench, of course, the likes of Christensen, who's retiring. We've got Hakimi, who may well be off. We've got Rashford, who's declining. Perez, who's been talked about leaving. And a few players who are wanted in the squad too. So how many of these will leave next year, I just don't know. With the bank balance looking as it is, a Europa League final victory would certainly help. So let's go and get into it, our usual positive mentality, and see if we can win the double. Can Chelsea add the Europa League to the trophy cabinet? Let's go and find out. Let me know your predictions below. Here we go then. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Chelsea, a 4-2-3-1 for Atalanta. Farais in the number 10, he's caused us troubles before, but otherwise, it's a pretty much regen 11, and there's plenty of them on the bench as well. No real big names from the footballing world to keep an eye on. Troy Parrott is on the bench, the old Tottenham youngster, but not really made appearances this year. For us, there's plenty of experience, and we have to hope, after a long season, that will be crucial rather than a hindrance. So the lads are listening keenly, we'll go through the tunnel interview, and hopefully we'll be victorious in the Europa League final. It's at the City of Manchester Stadium, it's Chelsea v Atalanta. Let's see who comes out on top. 20 minutes on the clock, and it's a Chelsea throw on the right with Mazzino. The first highlight we're seeing, he gets it in behind to Mendes, and he's back across the box. And finally, after a weird slide tackle, it's through to the keeper. We've pressed high up the pitch, and they're going to try and beat it here, but Ortega does really well. Probably one of the bigger selection dilemmas. Vinagre played all season, but Ortega's come good in the last month or so, as Mendes beats his man into Angerin. On the right side of the box, it's just that breakthrough, and he's headed away as far as Yepes, but volleyed clear. And Atalanta are able to break. And they've got a 2-on-2 here. Bravo picks it up, finds Renard. Abdullah's been dragged out of position, and Farai's in. He's put it just wide of the post. DJ Akobe was beaten. But that is a worrying sign on the break. No shot on target for Atalanta yet. And Chelsea dominant, but no goals or no really look like scoring. As Fati has an outswinging corner, Mendes flicks on for Mila, and just like that we have scored. Will Mila's 27th goal of the season. We've said it throughout the last month. Mila and Mendes have been the two main men. And Mendes sets it up with a flicked header. Mila is the poacher in the box. It is Chelsea 1, Atalanta 0. And it looks like the Europa League is about to be added to the trophy cabinet. The Premier League already there, and we are adding it in style at the moment. Half time, 1-0, but complete and utter dominance. So we'll listen to what the assistant says. We'll agree with Sydney Lobo. Everyone's delighted, and we just need them to play the same in the second half. If they do, we'll probably come out on top. And we're already at the hour mark. As we've given the ball away in the centre circle, it was Harper playing across goal. On a yellow card, he's actually had a poor game, as Renard gets it wide on the left for Atalanta. Chance to come into the box, no pressure on him. It's blocked down to Bravo. And the keeper was down on his haunches. He'd already been beaten by the deflection, but he got up brilliantly, and to be fair, it was straight at him. But Al-Jahani goes wide to Mazzino. Can we play through them and get the second? We really do need that second goal. While it's 1-0 in a final, you can never be confident. And here is Yepes into Harper. Can we get a moment of magic from him? He tries to switch the play, and again it's poor. But the header away only finds Ortega. We get away with that one. Harper again. That's better to Mendes. Beats the defender. To the byline in the box. Oh, it's off the post, and Mila puts it in again. The keeper was beaten. All ends up by that first deflection. And then Mila basically had an empty net, and he makes absolutely no mistake. 28 for the season now. Probably going to be the Europa League's top scorer. And with a quarter of the game to go, it looks like Will Mila, the homegrown youngster, has won us the Europa League final. As Mendes picks it up on the right again. Now we're looking to put gloss on it. Mendes beats them all. Hits the post again. And Mila can't get there first this time. Mendes to Mazzino. Away to Yepes. Volleyed clear as far as Renard. And with 20 left, it's time for changes. As Chelsea completely and utterly on top. We've got Yepes doing okay. Ortega's a bit complacent. So let's get Vinagre on for a final appearance. We're going to bring Angerin off. He's going to be replaced by Antonio. And on the left, it's going to be Marcus Rashford for Ansu Fati, who's not quite match fit. So that's what we're going for with 20 remaining. Can we hold on and make it comfortable? It's 2-0 with just 10 minutes remaining. It's looking really good at the moment. As Abdullah goes wide to Vinagre, into Harper. Wide to Rashford on this left-hand side, but we're not really playing out yet. Rashford finds a good ball to Yepes though. Into Mila on a hat-trick. Beats his man, goes one-on-one. It's a brilliant effort. Just wide of the post from an acute angle. And it stays 2-0, but we're straight back with Mazzino's throwing. It's in a deep position, but we get it out from Yepes and he finds Antonio in the centre circle. The substitute's running and taking them all on, but eventually loses out and Borja picks it up. Finds Svensson. Away to Renard, and the last thing we need is a grandstand finish. Can we get the challenge in? Renard beats two. His shot's blocked back to Borja. Havajic into Farai. Good save, DJ Akobe. Tips it onto the bar, and Abdullah clears it away for a throw-in. A slight scare there as Vinagre comes forward on the left. A throw into Antonio. On the edge of the box back to Harper. And Antonio again turns around. Brilliant block first time. And again, Harper switches it to Mendes. Flicked on. Away as far as Mendes again. It's got Mazzino overlapping. Finds him. Headed away as far as Rashford. And volleyed clear by Atalanta. And on halfway, Al-Jahani brings down. He's got Abdullah with him, but goes all the way back to the keeper. And DJ Akobe regroups. Finds Abdullah. Into Harper. On the centre circle to Rashford. And he's going to take on his man on the left. Got plenty of support, but goes all the way back to Abdullah. Just a session of keep ball for Chelsea here. Yepes on to Mila, beats his man in for the hat-trick and scores it. Will Mila has been a single-handed match winner today. A sublime performance, 3 brilliant finishes, 1 with his head and 2 with his right foot. And it is Will Mila 3, Atalanta 0. And Chelsea are going to win the Europa League as a result of their young, brilliant English striker. Vinagre goes long over the top. Antonio's in, he's 3 for 4. And he's saved by the keeper wide. Atalanta throwing men forward. And we have just got a free pass in behind. Antonio's forced a good save this time. And he's going to take the corner kick. In swinger, headed away at the front post. Straight back to him on the left wing though. Antonio into Abdullah. But unfortunately, the move peters out. And with 2 minutes left of stoppage time, it's 3-0 still. There is certainly no doubt that Chelsea have won the Europa League. It's just about keeping a clean sheet now and possibly chasing a 4th. Zaro clears it downfield to Haversic, into Borja, out to the left to Renard. And he's been the one danger man so far. He cuts in 2 as a brilliant effort just wide. I think DJ Akobe had it covered, but it certainly worried him slightly. As Al-Jahani loses the ball again. Mazzino can't get there, but Renard picks it up. Again, looked really good in this final. If this was a proper save, and while I wasn't letting the director of football do the transfers, I'd be having a look at him. As Fry gives it away to Vinagre. Up to Mila, to Mendes. There's 3 on 2 here. Have to make it 4, surely. But the challenge is good. The move was poor, and it's a corner kick to finish off. Chelsea will be lifting the Europa League for any second now. The trophy is ours. It is a brilliant double, and what a memorable first season at the club. As Mila loses out in the air, it finds Yepes. We're just counting down the seconds. We've played over the 3 minutes, in fact. And there it is. Chelsea lift the Europa League. A 3-0 victory, a double completed, and a brilliant achievement. What a start it is to our tenure here. And now we've got to hope that sorts out some of the financial troubles. And everyone steps up when we need them to. A brilliant way to end the season. And it is Chelsea 3, Atalanta 0. And the Europa League trophy is coming to London. There's the confirmation then. A brilliant hat-trick, a brilliant result and a brilliant outcome. The double with the Premier League. We lift the Europa League. 7.6 million. Will Mila's going to be getting more money to Oxford where he originally started. Lots of medals for the Europa League as well. And another 11 million there in TV revenue. Another 4 million in coefficient ranking. And 4 million to the players as well. So in terms of finances, that has had a positive impact. But we're still heavily in the red. The transfer budget is only 25 million. The wage budget is not really improved. And I'm not quite sure with players retiring how that works. Perhaps similar to January really. Do we end up letting players go? Ortega, Vinagre, Christensen all definitely leaving on a free. But between them, I mean Christensen's on what? 200 grand a week? 175. Vinagre, he is on 225. And Ortega, 215. So that's 615,000 a week. So if we can sign 2 players for 20 or 30 million and get them on 100 grand a week, we've probably made our money there. And that's the way we're going to have to work. So a bit more reliance on youth next year, or we need big sponsorship money, big Premier League money. Otherwise it could be a difficult year. We will have a brief look to see what jobs are about. We'll very quickly review the squad this season. DJ Akobe and Al-Jahani on top in terms of starts. But I think for appearances, it's Angerin who's up on 53. Will Mila's got 55 in all competitions. So some brilliant regulars there. There's also 45 for the likes of Rashford, who's a very older player now. So we haven't looked after all of them, but they've all contributed in some way. In terms of goals, Will Mila on 29, Zenit Gross 24, Fathi and Rashford in double figures as well. There's no complaints. Loads on 9, 7, 5, they're all chipping in. What a wonderful squad it is. 23 assists for Alfredo Mendes, 11 for Fathi and Arfat, 10 for Serrano and Harper, 9 for Vinagre, 8 for Yepes, and again, almost everyone contributing something. A brilliant squad, almost everyone gets a rating above a 7. Only ones who don't, the goalkeepers, Antonio the January signing, and Christensen, who was on the verge of retirement. It is an exceptional achievement, a brilliant squad. Steve Harper, top of the average rating, probably the most improved player this year as well. Someone we can really build around, and it's turned out to be a sensational signing. He's one of those examples, earning a little bit less, paid a little bit less, and got the most out of him. That's what we're looking for in the future, and hopefully our director of football will deliver. So let's very quickly finish before we round up the season by having a look at the job security screen and the job centre to see what jobs are now available. Any massive ones there? Napoli's probably biggest, but we did that last year. The Luton Town job's available. If we were at the end of our career, we'd probably be going for that. But as it stands, let's look at the security and see who else is on the verge of being sacked. So similar moves in England. The Tottenham job is about to be available. The Liverpool job is very insecure. And Barcelona, I think that's the only one that could tempt us away. Because that's probably the last of the three massive nations we haven't been in. And the last one where we won't have won something. We won the German Cup in Gladbach. We've won the Premier League here. So Barcelona could tempt us. A chance to win La Liga. A league I don't think I've managed in this career so far. And I don't think we've ever managed in a head coach on this channel at all over the 3 years we've been going. And a chance to win the Champions League too. I think that one could tempt us away. But other than that, I think we're pretty much as we were. Valencia, they finished second in the end. That could be a move as well. But I don't know that that's the right one at the moment. So we'll wait and see what happens this summer. But that is the competition screen and it looks very good. 2 penalty defeats to Manchester United in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup at the semi-final and quarter-final stage respectively. And a top 6 in the Premier League, which includes Everton at the expense of Liverpool. That's why he got sacked at Liverpool then. And a Europa League victory and the Premier League title. What a double, what a performance, and what a squad. We're so proud of our first year here, and long may it continue. Thank you so much for following along for another season. If you did enjoy it and that spectacular finish in the Europa League final, please do put a thumbs up on the video. It really does make such a difference. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the final performance, whether we should go to Barcelona if the opportunity arises, and what you think will happen with our limited transfer manoeuvre in the summer. Will the director of football be able to produce any magic? He's going to need to, because we're losing all of our left backs. If you haven't already, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases on the channel. We're of course live earlier with our weekly live stream at 10 AM this morning. There's a full replay on the channel if you want to catch up with that. I really do enjoy the live interaction. It's something I've got really fond of, so thank you so much for your support with it. And this Sunday, we're starting a new mini FM20 series. Macclesfield Town are the stars. 1 PM is the start time. Please do make sure you come and check it out. We always love the start to a new series. And that will just be an addition to the content which keeps on coming. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above as well. We've got interviews, vlogs and predictions, as well as plenty of topical podcasts too. It is going absolutely crazy. All of the niche topics taking off. It is fantastic. So thank you so much for all of your support with it. And I hope you continue to enjoy the content. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do give it a try, as we really are enjoying making it at the moment. And I hope you enjoy watching it too. But a big thanks for watching this one and supporting along for another season. Your help has got us to 2 trophies and 2 big ones at that with Chelsea. Can we build on it next year? That's the question. Or will we be tempted over to Spain? Join me on Thursday to find out.